Good afternoon, all. Welcome back to Hers and His Adventures in California. Today is something kind of special. We've been using a lot of worms fishing, both red worms and night crawlers, so we've decided instead of continuing to buy worms that we're going to start to breed our own. So right here, I've got the components that you need to start a worm farm. And although I've already assembled this one, I'm going to go ahead and take you through the process and let you know what you need to do to grow your own worms. This is my first time, so hopefully it works out and they don't die. But I've done some research and let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get yourself 2 containers. You want the bottom container either to be about the same size or a little bit bigger to support the top container. In this case, I'm using containers which are about, I'd say 6 inches by 14 inches and probably about 6 inches deep. So what you're going to do with the containers is you're going to punch a series of holes, see if you can see that, a series of holes both in the lid for ventilation and in the bottom of the top tray. And the reason for the holes in the bottom of the top tray is to let the liquid, the urine, water, and anything of the sort to seep through to the bottom. And you can either discard that when it accumulates, or you can actually pour it into your garden at a 10-to-1 ratio, 10 part water, one part of whatever that is that comes out of the worm cage. So then the next thing you're going to want to do on your container is you're going to want to put a layer of cardboard, preferably with no ink on it, and you're going to wet that down, let it dampen a little bit, and put a layer on the bottom. Again, this is on the top container. Your bottom container is going to be completely empty with no holes. That will collect the fluids. So after you dampen the cardboard and put the cardboard in there, then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take compost. In this case, I went ahead and purchased this right here, which is a pot planting soil. So hopefully that works. It didn't say compost on it, but it looks to be about the same thing. You're going to go ahead and put probably about a 2-inch layer of that on there, and you want to moisten that down as well. You don't want to get it sopping wet, and you don't want it really dry. You just want to moisten it some. After that, probably go ahead and dump your worms in. In this case, I'm using 75. Probably somewhere between 50 and 100 should be okay to start. And then you can go ahead and feed them scraps from within your kitchen. You don't want to give them too much citrus. They're not going to go for that. And you don't want to feed them meats and cheeses. You want to feed them bits of lettuce, banana peels, bits of cabbage, stuff of the sort, squash, maybe zucchini. And you just want to put a nice little coating on the top. I believe it might take them about a week, maybe 2 weeks to go through that food. When they do, go ahead and replenish it. But for your first week, they should just be getting acclimated to the new home. And hopefully, I think within maybe about a month, they should start reproducing. You'll notice on the worms, they have a band a little bit off-centered from the middle of the worm. That band, I believe, is where they actually spawn the new worm from. I believe it comes in the form of an egg. So if at any point you're going through your worms and you see a little egg sac growing off of there, you're golden, or should be. And again, for this one, we're just using red worms here. And let me go ahead and give you a view in here. Okay, so here we've got the 2 containers with the holes, and we got on the bottom level, we got the cardboard, which was dampened. Then we put the topsoil in, compost, or like I said in this case, planting mixture, and moisten that up. Then I threw the worms in. As a matter of fact, here go some of the guys right here. And as you can see, they're alive. And then we went ahead and put some vegetables on top. So hopefully once they get acclimated, they'll be interested and hungry and eat that up. And you do want to keep them well fed. You don't want to put too much. You don't want it to attract other bugs. You don't want it to mold out. But if they go through it, add some more. If they become unhappy or hungry, they're liable to escape your container, and then you're going to have a mess of worms all over the place. So hopefully this helps you, and we'll make another video in the future with me actually fully assembling it and taking you through the process. But nonetheless, if this works, we won't be buying worms as much from the bait stores, but be sure to support your local bait stores. They're, I'm sure, struggling to survive. So if you're not getting worms from there, get something else from there. Pick up some line, pick up some weights, some lures. But definitely support your local bait shops. And yeah, hopefully this works out, and try to keep you guys posted within a month, 2 months, and see how we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and cover these guys up and let them rest. And here is the bottom container. Okay, and if you're enjoying our videos, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button for upcoming videos. And hopefully we'll have a new fishing trip for you real soon.